Welcome to Keep Trucking Personal, where we invite you to explore the heart and soul of our company, Kivi Bros Trucking. Through engaging storytelling, insightful market updates, and vibrant energy, our podcast reflects our culture, values, and achievements. Whether you're a team member or industry enthusiast, join us to build connections, foster growth, and inspire excellence. Discover why we're more than just a company. We're a community, a catalyst for positive change, and a home for those aspiring to be part of something extraordinary. The pre-trip is complete and engines ready. We're set to hit the road on the Keep Trucking Personal podcast. Let's go.
Hey, welcome back to Keep Trucking Personal. My name is Tyler Kivi, and I'm your host. I'm really glad you're listening to this episode because it is the week after the 4th, and this means the fireworks are over, the grills are cooling down, and freight is moving. So we have some busy weeks ahead of us. We have some big miles and real opportunities that we need to capitalize. But it's not just about running hard, friends. It's about running right. And today's episode is about why we do this, how we treat others on the road, and how to keep your edge as the temperature rises. So let's jump into this, guys. One of the things that I want to talk about is the golden rule of trucking. I think this is the golden rule of life, really, but I just, said the golden rule of trucking. And it's an old principle, it still holds true, and it's do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And it isn't just about manners, it's about a mindset. And in trucking, we deal with customers, dispatchers, shop, escorts, permit techs, flaggers, shippers, other drivers on the road, whether they're commercial or just four-wheelers. And all of this plays into how you show up. And so I want you to just chew on these couple questions here. Are you someone people want to work with? That's something we should always ask ourselves. Are we someone that people want to work with? And for me, when I dig deep and I try to say, why should you choose Kivi as your carrier of choice? There's a lot of things that are cliche, but you want to make sure that when they say your name, they're proud. And integrity comes with that. There's many things showing up, right? Being integral, showing up, and doing it the right way. And that's one of the foundation questions. So are you someone people want to work with? Are you someone your dispatcher can trust? And this is a big one for a driver. Now, this is a two-way street. I know that, and it goes both ways. But ask yourself as a driver, are you someone that can your dispatcher trust you? Can they take your ETA and lock it down? Can they trust when you say this is going to happen, it happens? And many of the drivers that I've had as a guest on the podcast, they are like the definition of showing up and delivering. And I mean that more than just delivering the freight. They're there, they're on time, they're punctual, they're usually ahead of schedule, which is amazing. They do things right. They are mentors that we have now. Like they are the people that you want representing you. And just ask yourself that. Are you someone your dispatcher can trust? Are you making good decisions? Are there times where maybe you should ask for help instead of trying to do things on your own? Are there things that you can share with your dispatcher to help them get better? Are you someone your dispatcher can trust? And are you the kind of driver other drivers respect at the truck stop? That's a big one. Every time I've been in the truck stop, you never know what you're going to get. You sometimes get those crazy drivers, those drivers that get on the CB and are just blabbering about nothing that makes sense, and you have to turn your CB off because of it. Are you doing things to help other drivers? This is an industry that we have to grab the bull by the horns and take control. We can't just complain and watch as things fall apart. You have to be the catalyst here. So the way you talk to yourself, the way you talk to others, and the way you handle the hard days, that's your reputation. And in this business, your reputation is currency. So that's what distills from those three kind of questions. So ask yourself that. Are you the kind of driver that other drivers respect at truck stops? Are you someone that your dispatcher can trust? Are you someone people want to work with? Worth making sure that you fill those buckets, especially in this industry. We need to take control, and we need to remember that even though we may be alone out there and people aren't watching, it's often what you do when no one's watching that counts. That's what builds the habits. That's what builds your baseline. So those were something that I was kind of thinking on and chewing on as we are on the heels of 4th of July. And I wanted to bring those up and let you think on that, because what is happening now is we're in the midsummer momentum, I'll call it. And we need to make sure that it counts, because freight is strong, and freight is strong in relative to winter. Freight is strong after this 4th of July week is because all construction season, it's full steam right now. And that's when you need to capitalize. So as a driver, where miles count, you have to make sure that you take advantage of this. This is not the time to lay down. I know it's hard in the summer months because there's so many activities and so many things going on that, drivers attend, and family events and this and that. So you have to take advantage of the time you have and make sure you capitalize on it. And this is your time to build consistency, and not just in paychecks, but in habits. I talked about habits a lot, and it really means the most in trucking. The way you build your habits for how you handle the day-to-day is how you make money in this industry. And if that means you start at 3 a.m. every day because that's how you operate, you take that opportunity of being on the road when no one else is out there, you get a lot of miles down before anybody else is up, and you get good parking at the end of the day. There's many different ways to do this. This also is tied to that no 34-hour resets during the week. Friends, you can do this. You can take that clock and you can run it right to 70. So use that game plan. That is a habit that you should focus on building. Let's make sure that you use all of your time, all of it during the week, and use that Sunday to reset. Unless you have a long trip that needs a Monday delivery and you have to take advantage of that Sunday. Otherwise, let's plan it. Let's do everything we can to plan it. So if you can avoid breaks in your schedule and run those full weeks, you will out-earn someone who takes the 34 in the middle of the week, and I guarantee it. So every hour you lose during your week affects your pay, your opportunity, and your momentum. So consider all of that before you park it for 34 hours. It's very important. If you need home time, be diligent, speak and communicate, and make sure you tell the operations team well in advance. Pop-up home times happen. We know it. We understand it. But there are many times where there's a plan that was put in place well in advance and it wasn't communicated, and that makes operations job challenging, because the way our network is built is it's meant from A to B, C to D, and that's meant to make rotation through our network where there's freight. And oftentimes the last minute plan changes all of that. And what that means is it could affect your pay. It can affect when you get home and the time when you leave. So the more you communicate, the better it is. And last, as we're in this mid-summer stretch, the weather is hot. It's extremely hot. And there are things that you have to make sure that you're prepared to handle. And that means tire blowouts. Make sure you're paying attention in all those pre-trips. Your tires look good. You're making sure they're properly inflated. You don't have those oversights, because what happens when you get into 110 degrees, you will start to see tire failure on the rise. And we want to make sure we avoid that. So take your time, do your pre-trips, do your post-trips. Make sure you're looking over your vehicle. Make sure you're paying attention to your cargo securement. Make sure you're looking at everything. We've had a really good couple of weeks, I'm going to say, of inspections. And I feel like everybody's just cranked it up a notch, and we're making sure that we're doing our due diligence and showing the DOT that we are ready. So I want to thank every driver out there, because it means a lot. Second, make sure you're drinking enough water so you're not dehydrated. Dehydration leads to fatigue, and that can slow you down. Just as I said, hours are currency. You need to make sure you capitalize on everything. So make sure you're staying hydrated. Make sure you're taking breaks frequently if you have to when it's really hot. Don't push yourself over the limit. That's when things happen. We don't want that. And obviously, securement issues. You have to double check yourself when you're trying to do things quickly in the heat, whether it is tarping or it's chaining, strapping, whatever it is. Make sure you do a final walk around, get in the truck, cool down, get everything ready, and just take that walk around and point everything out, call it out. That works the best. Make sure everything's shut. Headache rack doors are shut. Nothing's laying loose, tarp, sponges, dunnage. It's worth that extra check, because once again, these are the things that save you time, and that you don't want that to come to the wayside. And so like I said, hydrate. Let's get water, often electrolytes. Make sure you're trying to get some of those if you're sweating a lot. Dress right. Sometimes long sleeves can help if that sun is burning you on your skin. You need to make sure that you protect yourself. I know that sounds counterproductive, but believe it or not, it does help in certain instances. Do pre-trips thoroughly. Watch the tire pressures, the tread, walk around your truck, and double check that securement. Let's make sure that we're not rushing and trying to get ahead of ourselves without the proper checks. And this can make or break your year, friends. This can be the difference. So it's not just because of freight, but it's because of how you take care of yourself. Remember that. And finally, I want to talk about something deeper, purpose. So many drivers I speak with say the same thing. I want to feel like I'm part of something bigger. I want to feel like I'm making an impact. I want to know what I'm doing matters. And I've said this many times at Kivi Brothers, every driver plays into the success of this company. Every decision you make is just as important as the decision I make. It all is lateral at that point. We're a team. We all work together. We lock arms. We walk through this together. So whether you're moving parts for power grids, we've done a bunch of storm recovery recently, or some steel beams for bridges, steel bars for a plant, any of this, you're helping build this country. You're helping build this company. And every mile and every stop, every load, you're part of something bigger. So remember that. You guys play a part of something special. And I want to say thank you for that, because the way you show up every day with integrity and grit, that's what separates the pros from the pack. So buckle in. This is the season to capitalize. This is what we look forward to every year. Once we get past this midsummer stretch, it's what we crave. It's in the midwinter. Everybody's itching to get back into this season. We're here. It's time to take advantage of it. So treat others the way you want to be treated. Push for full weeks and avoid midweek restarts. Take care of your body, take care of your gear and your attitude in the heat. And don't forget, you're doing something that matters. So stay focused, stay hydrated, and let's keep trucking personal.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Keep Trucking Personal. We appreciate you taking the time to explore the heart and soul of Kivi Brothers Trucking with us. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to let us know your thoughts. Tune in next time as we continue our journey together, diving deeper into what makes us a community, a catalyst for positive change, and a home for those who aspire to be part of something truly extraordinary. Until then, keep trucking, and we'll catch you on the next episode.